Hey everybody, what's up? I want to talk about something I happened just yesterday, and I have been a follower of Doormat Mom No More for a while because something she said has really struck me and found a place with me. And I think it's initially I was kind of shocked when she called kids ungrateful little bastards. Oh, I should say estranged sons and daughters, the ones who we've done everything for that kind of turned our backs on us. So, anyways, she's written a book. She has a huge following, and that's just the way it is. And so, I want to make people be aware of anyone who has a platform who people tend to flock towards, and it might even be me. And I should say, the difference between myself and others is I'm not getting paid to make my content. And the reason I'm glad I don't is because and I've said this before, I'm estranged from my mom. My daughters are estranged from me, and as of right now, we don't have contact. But I don't want to be cast in stone because what if one day I do reconcile with my mom and y'all say, well, you told us not to, and I'll say, well, I don't know. So it just depends. What if you are estranged from your mom and she's still married to your dad and your dad passes away and you go to the funeral and you reconcile and everything ends up being happily ever after? I don't know. What if my daughters come back and we start talking again and I have to eat my words? What if I say I will never reconcile with them again and they come back and we can use our reconciliation as a lesson for other people to either proceed or turn around and about face. So I don't want to ever have people disappointed in saying, well, you said we shouldn't and this and that. No, I'll just say, you might. You never know. Never say never, right? So, anyways, you have individuals like Laura Wellington, the Doormat Mom No More, and I'll just say I believe she's Doormat Mom some more because she's initially calling all kids ungrateful little bastards, and now she's saying, well, not all parents are saints and not all estranged kids are sinners. Pick a lane and stick with it, sister, because I can't even. So I did confront her under one of her recent posts, and I said, you've been changing sides lately. Kind of like what Joshua Coleman has done. I thought this page was all about Doormat Mom No More. Never align with someone who causes another pain. When you align with sons and daughters who intentionally cause their parents pain, I question your motives. And because she's saying, well, not all children are sinners. Well, how do you know? You're hearing their side of the story. We're not at anyone else's house. I mean, when someone comes up to me and says they're, you know, estranged from their parent, you can tell me that, but I don't know your parents' side of the story, so I don't know if it was a good idea or not. I can say, well, I am too, and we can each have our own reasons, but these folks who have these platforms, man, you got to be real careful because they'll stand on one thing and they'll make you feel like $1,000,000, like they understand you, and all of a sudden they're siding with your son or daughter saying, well, maybe they weren't wrong, and maybe they were justified in estranging from you. So you got to be real careful. You can take my words and use what works for you and toss the rest out. I don't know. But just be careful. Doormat Mom, I don't know. You can say you have sided with parents and now, I don't know. I just be real careful. So anyways, that's all I've got, and I will be back.